Welcome to day 43 of the Boat and RV 100 series. I'm Joe Downs with Storage Moguls, and today I'm going to show you the gap between what most boat and RV facilities are running for gate access and what tenants with $150,000 boats actually expect. There are a lot of people talking about storage, but not many of them are still doing it. But we are. Every deal we teach, we've touched. Every framework we share came from something real, not a textbook, not a seminar from 5 years ago. We're a community made up of couplepreneurs, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs who are actively evaluating acquisitions right now, deals between $400,000 and $2 million. Why that range? I get asked that. Well, it's because that's where the deals are. And they're the easier deals to finance with more options. So if you want a community that's actually in the field with you and can show you how to find and buy these deals, not just a community, a learning platform, a community online where you can ask questions and get answers instantly, you should probably join storagemoguls.ai. It's free to start. You can level up at your own pace. But let's get into today's episode because gate technology isn't just a convenience feature in this vertical, which is a mistake to look at it that way. It's actually a retention tool. And the operators who understand that are running materially better facilities than the ones who don't. Here's the context you need. Boat and RV tenants aren't accessing your facility the same way a self-storage tenant does. They're coming to the facility with a mission. It might be towing a trailer, might have family in the car, probably on a schedule, and they don't have patience for a gate that doesn't cooperate. The stakes are just higher because the vehicles are larger and more valuable. A self-storage tenant who can't get in, they're going to leave frustrated. A boat owner who can't get his 30-foot vessel out on a Saturday morning when the family's waiting, they're going to be furious. And in this vertical, that story gets told at the marina, at the dealership, and online. The technology gap I see most often, operators running keypad-only access at facilities storing six-figure assets and then wondering why the tenant retention is softer than expected. These tenants are paying premium rates. The access experience has to match. Let's walk the three tiers here. The keypad, that's your floor, not the standard. It works, it's reliable, but it requires the tenant to stop the vehicle, get out or roll down the window, punch in a code, and wait. When you're driving a 40-foot Class A, pulling a tow vehicle, that's an awkward maneuver every single time. Proximity cards and fobs step it up meaningfully. The tenant approaches the gate and taps the reader. No stopping, no code. That's nice. But a much smoother experience, especially for larger vehicles. The gold standard right now is the Bluetooth app-based access with auto open. The gate recognizes the tenant's phone as they approach and opens automatically. They don't touch anything and they don't even have to stop. Drive straight in. The facilities that have made this upgrade, tenant satisfaction scores go up and complaints about gate access go to near zero. It's also the system that enables remote management, which is the real operational advantage I want to spend some time on. Here's where this stops being about the tenant convenience and starts being about the operations. Remote gate management means whoever is managing your facility can open the gate from anywhere. Think about what that means in practice. Tenant calls at 7 a.m. on a Saturday. They're at the gate. There's a glitch with the code. Under a keypad-only system, someone has to physically drive to the facility. Under a remote access system, whoever answers the phone can open the gate remotely. And they can stay on the line and tell the tenant, hey, don't worry, we're going to get you out of here on time. That call, that resolution that happens during the call is what turns a problem into loyalty. You ever heard of the peak end principle? This is it. It's the peak end experience in action. The problem was the peak. The resolution was the end. People remember two things about an experience, the peak and the end. The peak is sometimes great and sometimes bad. The end is what matters the most. The peak in this case was a problem. The end was the resolution. In a boat and RV where your tenant is heading to the lake with their family, solving it in 90 seconds is the difference between a 5-star review and a 1-star review. The technology investment that makes this possible is not expensive relative to the revenue it protects. The operators who are getting this right are treating remote access as a customer service infrastructure decision, not a tech decision. Here's what that looks like in practice. Every manager, whether on-site or remote, has the gate app on their phone and the authority to open it. It's just policy, not just capability. When a tenant calls with an access issue, the standard is resolve it before you hang up. Not, I'll send someone out. Now I'll call you back on Monday. Resolve it now. The second operational advantage is gate log visibility. Modern access systems keep a log of every entry and exit with a timestamp. That's useful for occupancy analysis, for tenant disputes, and for security review after an incident. You know who came in, when they left, how long they were there. For a facility storing high-value assets, that visibility is worth having. The third advantage is code management. Remote systems let you add or deactivate access credentials instantly. Tenant didn't pay? You can deactivate it from your desk. New tenant signed a lease? Activate before they even get off the phone. Let's talk about why the upgrade actually costs, or what it actually costs. If you're acquiring a facility with keypad-only access, budget a gate technology upgrade into your first-year capital plan. A full Bluetooth app-based system with remote management capability, hardware, software, and installation, you can run between $3,000 and $8,000 depending on the facility size and number of access points. Some systems are closer to $1,500 for a single gate facility. Compare that to the retention value. If your average annual revenue per space is $1,800 and you're storing 100 vehicles, 1 percentage point of retention improvement is worth $1,800 in annual revenue. The gate upgrade pays for itself quickly if it keeps 2 or 3 tenants from leaving over access frustration. I'd recommend getting 3 quotes from access control vendors who have experience with boat and RV or outdoor storage specifically. The requirements are different from self-storage. Vehicles are larger, the approach lanes are longer, and the system needs to handle both Bluetooth, auto open, and a backup keypad for tenants who haven't downloaded the app yet. Here's a few common mistakes I see operators make. First, installing a system and not training the tenants on it. If you upgrade to Bluetooth auto open and your tenants don't know about it, they're still stopping at the gate and punching codes. Send a letter, post a sign, call the top spending tenants directly. Make the upgrade visible. It's a selling point. Second, going too cheap on the backup system. Your Bluetooth app can go down. Your cellular connection can drop. Every facility needs a reliable backup, either a keypad or a proximity card reader that works independently of the internet. Don't be the facility that's dark because the app had an outage on Memorial Day weekend. Third, not auditing your access log regularly. Tenant codes that have been used or haven't been used in 60 days might mean a vacant space you don't know about, a tenant who's been accessing without a current lease, or a security issue. The log is data. Use it. Here's the frame. Gate technology is not a feature. It's the first physical experience your tenant has with your facility every single time they visit. Get it right, and they don't think about it. Get it wrong, and they think about switching. All right, next up, day 44, amenities that pay: air, rinse station, vacuums, propane. We're going into the 4 amenities that tenants specifically talk about, and switch facilities over in priority order. Like this video with remote access framing change how you think about gate technology as a customer service decision. Subscribe so you don't miss day 44. The amenities episode has a specific priority order to it that most operators get backwards, and it affects both revenue and retention. Share this with a boat and RV operator still running keypad only at a facility storing 6-figure assets. They need this. StorageMoguls.ai, by the way, has the full operations framework for boat and RV facilities, including tenant experience standards that drive retention. It's free to join. So join Storage Moguls. Stop making tenants punch codes. Build the infrastructure that matches the asset. See you tomorrow.